Hey guys, hello. This is Lokendra again, and we are just going to kickstart our session. So, in this session, we are kind of going to talk about Python environment, and this is a very important and very interesting session for people who are just, getting into learning of the Python. And if they're starting to learn, the first question that comes into the mind is how to get started. And this is a slide. This is a video where you will actually get to see how to get started, right? So two important things in this video that we are going to talk about. One is the installation of Python, and the documentation, right? So these two official ways that we feel should be known to everybody before he is starting to learn Python. Okay, so this video is not only for people who are fresh, who are new to Python, who are actually struggling to install, or who are trying to set up Python in their own machine, maybe Windows, Linux, or Mac. They can just follow this video. Okay, so first thing comes first, that is installation. So how to go ahead and do the installation of Python. We are going to talk about many platforms, but one platform that I will always propose is Anaconda. So what we can do, we can just go to Google, we can write Anaconda download, and because we are using non-licensed version, so or maybe an individual edition, that better say, you can just go and look for the site, that is www.anaconda.com, and click on the link. Focus on this, and once this is clicked, you can simply accept the cookies and all, and then you just can download this edition. So if you click on the download, it will simply ask for the some pop-up and all, and you'll see that it gets started down, it starts getting downloaded. So very interesting factor that we talk meanwhile it is getting downloaded, that Anaconda comes with all the standard tools that you may need in your Python as an individual developer, or maybe as a person who needs to do advance in Python, maybe some data analytics or some big data programming or something, machine learning or something of that sort. So in my machine, this Anaconda is already installed, but it is very easy. Once this is downloaded, you can just simply see that it's an exe file for Windows, or for Mac. If I just click on this, and if I choose the option that I want to download for, if I want to do no for the Mac, I will just scroll and choose the possible option. So in Windows, most of the PCs are now 64-bit graphical installers, so you will just go for this one. But in case if you are having a 32-bit graphical installation install, then you can just download this. For more Mac, we have these two options, and in Linux we have these options. So if you are a CentOS, Ubuntu, Red Hat kind of guy, then this is something that is being meant for you. And these are all GUI based installations, so they're really easy to install, right? Once this is done, you will see a fancy window where you will have an option to see the all the options in relation, like you will have notebook, you will have Spider, you will have Jupyter, or something of that sort, right? So once this is downloaded, you can open it. I will just try to see if I can open it for you, but meanwhile, let's go to the next topic, that is the documentation. So on the next, so once this is downloaded at your favorite operating system, then you will see that there are multiple instance softwares getting installed along with Anaconda. So a few of them, let's talk about it here. So one of them is the Jupyter notebook, and another one is the Spider that I'll just go onto the other screen. So this is one of the very easy interactive way of doing Python. This is more of HTTP based URL which gets opened onto your favorite browser, and you see that this is a platform which is running on Python 3. So of course you can run with on different Python version also, but it takes the latest one. And here we have multiple options like saving, deleting, opening a existing Python file, or maybe creating a new Python file of your choice. Okay, so this Jupyter notebook is very interactive. As I'm repeating, it helps you save in the portable format of the file, that is notebook file, or maybe a Python file, and the other file format also. So we are more interested in these two files. So let's say in this Python, you can do a line-by-line compilation. So if I write a first program, hello, this is Jupyter, and if I run this, Control Enter is a shortcut to run this, or you can just simply press this button and you will see that the output is getting printed. Likewise, you can have multiple sublines to run this, and you can run line by line. That is the beauty of this section. It will happen sometimes that you might see that this kernel is getting crashed. You have an option to restart the kernel, restart all, and maybe shut down or reconnect the kernel. So this is more of, not that often, but sometimes when you're doing more of heavy lifting, it gets to crash, you know. And if at all you want to open a transported file, you just click on open, a window will open, and go to the file where you may have the file with of this following supported extension. Maybe it is of notebook format extension, or maybe a Python, or maybe HTML or something else. You can just open that and it will open something like this here, right? So that is one of the tools which comes with Anaconda, and of course there are other tools also, but other tools that I want to talk about here is this Spider. So see, one of the program is already being written, and it looks like similar to Jupyter, but it is more of side-by-side comparison when you run. And for initial, it is very developer pro. You see output on the right hand side and code on the left hand side. So if I write print, same line here, and it will just print this message. Oh, this is not Jupyter, so let's do some justice to Spider, and if I run, it will just print that message. So these tools are kind of free for individual editions, and you can very well start using it. Of course, these are not the only way available to run a Python code. There are multiple options available. If you're a Linux guy, you can run it on CLI, and other IDs are also available, but these are more of comfortable, or maybe a good tool to kickstart with, right? Now, coming back next to the next topic, that is on the documentation of Python. That is very important. So let me quickly show you how to know the best source for the documentation. Right. So just to know the Python documentation on the Google, you simply just write Python doc, and you'll not be amazed that there are millions of results that you get out of it. Okay, I don't know how many zeros are there, but I will always say go to an official documentation, that is documentation which is being backed by a Python community, and that is python.org. And if you click on this, then you will be redirected to the official website of Python, where you will also get to see about what exactly is happening with the Python, right? So in the Python, because we are majorly focusing on Python documentation, so I'll just click on this, and then I'll go to the section of all the possible support versions which are available as of now. So we normally have a practice to go a -2 version. That is, if it is 3.10, we should probably work with 3.8, but 3.9 is also something which we can start working with, and 3.10 if you're more freak. Okay, so let's see 3.9, and in 3.9 you see a tab called tutorial. So you click on this tutorial, and here you have the whole list of options or topics or features supported by Python. So one interesting thing that we saw, there are different versions in Python. So this is very interesting that Python supports, it keeps on getting updated, and with every update release, there is a change in the version number, right? So that is where we see that what version of Python we're working on, if it is 3.8 or 3.9, right? So I will always say, read wherever you want to, listen to me, listen to my videos, or any other video or any other documentation, but trust on this only, because on the flow we might make mistakes, but this is something which is being communicated, tested, written by many hardworking people who are backing this Python language. Okay, so refer it, enjoy it, and maybe just let me know how do you feel if you're able to install. If not, just let me know, and maybe in the next video we will talk about the first topic of Python that we are going to do, that is data types of Python, where we are going to talk about more of integers, strings, lists, and dictionaries, and so on. So these are all building blocks we can cover in the next class. Okay, thank you so much. Bye bye.